Minasan, okarei nasai. Today, well, we all know who all the ladies of Roselia play within Bangdream, but what about outside of the franchise? Their solo careers, voice acting resumes, and even what they were up to before Roselia. That is exactly what this video will be about. I'll try to keep things nice and simple as always, and I'll even cover the former members as a little bonus. And that's it for the nice and short intro. Let's jump into Aina Aiba. So if you don't already know, before her Seiyu career, Aiba was a professional wrestler under the name Yuki Harima for about 2 years, starting in 2015, though only actually wrestling about 5 times before retiring. She does, however, still do MC work for New Japan Pro Wrestling. As for anime, she got her first role back in 2016 in Cardfight Vanguard G-Next, taking over the role of Tokoha from Eminita, over the years also being in D-Side Tromare, Pride of Orange, Teppen, and Sorceress Stabber Orphan, having super minor roles in Temple, My Instant Death Ability, and Hina Logi. The things she's probably most known for outside of Bangdream are being one of the Penguins and Kimono Friends, even winning a music award with this group, but also performing as Claudine Saijo in RevueStarlight, in anime and live action. She was also in the live action play Road 59 a few years back, as well as an adaptation for the anime Jorin. Majority of this stuff being associated with the Bushiroad company, but she does also have her solo singing career, which has had a few different phases. Back in 2016, her debut track was Yume no Hikari Kimi no Mirai, second ending theme for Future Card Buddy Fight Triple D. Then I assume Roselia and Kukugumi activities took up most of her time, as she wouldn't have another track until 2019. That being Lead the Way, opening for Cardfight Vanguard Shinemon, low-key restarting her solo singing career, as this had a completely new style to it. Then in 2020, she had a 6-song EP titled Sign. Lots of good tracks on that one. Somewhere around this time, also having her first solo live show, also titled Sign. Then again, a big hiatus, maybe due to the pandemic, or again Roselia and Kukugumi stuff. But this year of 2024, in early October, she had another new song, Reasons, second ending theme for the currently airing Tasuketsu, where she also has a role. And though she's never actually performed solo at Anisama, not as Aina Aiba at least, she was featured in the yearly music video for 2023. She was, however, at Animax 2019 Kobe Day 2 event, which was a special extra day that they did, with the festival usually only having the Osaka and Yokohama shows. She has been at both of these events with Kukugumi multiple times over the years, mostly Anisama though, and even there with Kimono Friends as well. Then last year, she was also on the Crossing Anisong Covers YouTube channel, and has been on Masayoshi and Airi's Anisong Desho twice. Pretty sure as a solo act she's been at Eniroka before as well. And then her agency also likes to hold big music festivals that she is usually a part of. So that's it for her, but I just want to say, with her being such a good and well-respected singer, as well as her love for racehorses, I am very surprised that she's not in the Pretty Derby series. I feel she would just have so much fun over there. But maybe she's just too busy, I guess. And because I'm sure people want to see much more of her, she is featured in many videos on the Hibiki Style YouTube channel, which is her agency's channel. Then she has her own Nico Nico program about racing horses, and one with her best friend Maho Tomita about pro wrestling. A bunch of archives and clips of those shows can be found here on the tube. Next up is the drummer Megu Sakuragawa, who honestly hasn't done all that much, which is a big shame. I adore her a lot. However, back in the day she did have 2 singles released, in 2011 having Ichi San de Orean, a song used for the game Emile Chronicle Online. An actually really fun song too. That is unfortunately not on streaming anywhere, but I'll link an official preview down below. Then in 2012 she had Brave Blade, the opening for Campione. She also apparently did the second ending theme for Rail Romanesque in 2020. And actually this means she hasn't performed at any of the yearly festivals alone, but she has been at some smaller events as a DJ. Doing it very often actually. Aside from Roselia, this is the main thing that she does. When it comes to voicing in anime, lots of very minor characters in shows like Snafu, the Persona 3 movies, Uteno Prince Sama, Assault Lily Bouquet, and a short film known as Ryo. She had more relevant characters in Wagamama High Spec and Teppen, and her most notable role outside of Bandori being Tsubasa in the original Love Live series, the leader of the rival group to the main cast. Sucks that she never got to perform live over there. This is a perfect example of the right place at the wrong time. Aside from this, she is also very active in the Gunvolt series, being in many games, the anime, and always doing live promotions, being in the game versions for Idol Incidents and Magical Girl Nanoha as well. She is also the support ambassador for her home prefecture of Ibaraki, specifically her hometown of Sakuragawa City, doing narrations for museums and buses around the prefecture. and she has a very active YouTube gaming channel with fellow band member Yuki, who I guess I will talk about next. Yuki Nakashima is much more active than Meguchi, even more than Aiba, and honestly probably the most successful in the group as a whole. Let's start off with what she was doing before she was even in Roselia. She, along with fellow Bandori girl Kanon and some other cuties, were part of a group called Bangdream back in the day, starting in 2014, having 7 singles with the girls and some of them even being Anisongs. Yuki would leave the group in 2017. That same year, she joined Idolmaster Cinderella Girls, her character even sharing the first name as her too. Since then, she has joined other idol series, Idol Busho as Yui, and Project Sakai as Shiho. When it comes to anime, she is naturally in the anime versions for all of these idol shows, but she also has super minor roles in TQ, Hulk, Umaru-chan, and Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie, which is actually a really fun show. More noteworthy roles in Cardfight Vanguard Overdress, Days with My Stepsister, Prima Doll, Not a Cheer for You, Genius Princess Guide to Raising a Nation Out of Debt, the currently airing Loner Life in Another World, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Reigns. She's got a couple game roles too, in Azure Lane and Dragalia Lost, but also Honkai Impact 3rd and Emil Chronicle Online, which if you remember was the game where Meguchi had her debut song, 3 years before they would become bandmates together. Also, like Meguchi, Yuki is a promoter for her home prefecture, specifically for their production of oranges. She has had 4 photo books, Yuki Koi in 2019 and Sketchbook in 2021. Then this year she had Yukino album as well as digital only book titled After the Rain. Pretty sure she had like a special book titled 2019 to 2022, which was just a bunch of offshots from her other books. I think it was marketed more of a collection rather than a book, though it is very similar. And last for her, in 2020, she began her music career with her album Chapter 1. Since then, she had another album, Sapphire, along with 4 singles, all 4 of which even being Anisongs. And coincidentally, they are all ending themes too. Day of Bright Sunshine for the strongest sage with the weakest crest. Route Blue was for Shikamori's Not Just a Cutie. A New Day was for the Great Cleric. And Kasumi no Mukoe was the ending for Goblin Slayer Season 2. Even doing an English version for that last one, and it's also just a good song overall that I highly recommend. Her being the newly popular girl that she is, she also performed solo at Anisama twice in 2022 and 23, as well as Animax Musics in 2023, but also some smaller yearly things like Miyako Premium Live and the EJ My Girl Fest. Next up, we have Smug Queen Haruka Kudo. So I know I just said Yuki was probably the most successful in the group, but Kudo actually has a pretty big resume. Let's start off with some minor stuff in Blackjack, Hulk, From the New World, Little Busters, From Me to You, A Lull in the Sea, Nadame Cantable, Rainbow Days, Real Drive, Say I Love You, Sket Dance, and Watamote, just to name a few. Characters you are more likely to care about include being in Bungo Stray Dogs, Honey and Clover, Cardfight Vanguard G, Death Note, Hunter x Hunter, the newer Sailor Moon movies, and RevueStarlight, even doing some live performances as her character. She also has a minor role in the recent Yakuza Fiancé anime. Last year, she joined a new multimedia franchise called Love for All, though she hasn't really done too much with them yet. Kudo-san has also dabbled into some stage plays as well, being in Bushy Road's Road 59, but also the upcoming stage version of Bobo Bo 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 Bobo. That is indeed the title, and I hope I said it properly. Don't want to add any extra bows and upset the diehard fanbase. She made her solo music career debut in 2020 with the mini album KDHR, which is her nickname Kudoharu spelled without the vowels. Later in the year having Power Chord as well. In 2021, she had her only real single release, Under the Sun, and in 2022, she had the album Ryusai Resha. Then earlier this year, another album, Welcome to Huma Rhythm. None of her music are Anisongs, but she did have some insert songs for the show Captain Earth, having a supporting role in the series as well. Then some music for the Cardfight Vanguard series with the unit Rumi Labyrinth. She also did a solo performance on Anisong Desho a few years back. No solo performances at the big festivals, but she was at the EJ My Girl Fest in 2022. And the last thing for her is her photo book from 2018, 910HR. Which I'm pretty sure when said in Japanese is meant to be a pun on her name. On to the very beautiful, powerful vocal goddess, Kanon Shizaki. She is for sure the least active member. Her only role outside of Bangdream was in D4DJ as part of the main unit, but unfortunately she had to give up that role due to health reasons. Prior to all of this, in 2018, she was in a traditional idol unit known as Sayonara 16, under the name Aya Hirosaki, only being active for like a little under a year. However, last year, Conan began her solo singing career, finally, with her single Prayer, writing the lyrics for the track as well. This year, she has had 2 more songs, La Luna and Preserved Flower. She has yet to perform solo at any events or even have a solo personal show, aside from like fan club stuff, and there was actually that time she appeared at one of Sai Otsuka's lives. But I would heavily assume next year is when all that good stuff will start for her. Probably having a small appearance at a smaller show like Lisa Annie or My Girl Fest or something. Next up, let's move on to the 2 former members, starting with the pretty One-san that Kanon actually took over for. Satomi Akesaka, a very active Seiyu, but some of her most popular characters being in Hitman Reborn, Nanbaka, Mitsudomoe, Gakuen Babysitter, Gate, Diary of Our Days at the Breakwater, and Akame ga Kill, but also having roles in Vivi, Milky Holmes, Occult 9, Girls in Panzer, and Date Alive. Not to mention Tessagure, Wake Up Girls, and Pretty Derby, where she has done live performances with all of these franchises. Still being very active in Pretty Derby, being at many of their live shows every year as her announcer character, appearing with them at Anisama in 2022, but also being at Anisama with Tessagure back around 2015. Then with the Wake Up Girls franchise, performing with the I1 Club 3 or so times from 2014 to 2017. Keeping with her voiceover work, she's been in a bunch of video games, but mostly just the usual stuff, like Kantai Collection, Arc Knight, Fate Grand Order, and Grand Blue Fantasy. She is, however, in League of Legends and Disgaea 5. When it comes to music, way back in the day she had a solo single release in 2011 called Akeban, and even before that she was part of many Seiyu units over the years. Smaller units, but still units, like Tenka Toritai, Choraji Girls, Friends, Coach, and Mu 5. That last one being the first group that she joined in like 2001. Also, of course, doing a fair amount of music for the shows that she's in. Then fairly recently, just last year, she was featured on the track Prayer by the group Nightscream. And last thing for her, she had a 10th anniversary memorial photo book in 2022. On to the final lady of the video, the original bass player, Yurika Endo. She had 3 singles, Monochrome Overdrive, which is a dope name, sounds like a wicked anime attack honestly. It was the ending theme for ZX Ignition. And she had Futari no Chronostasis, also a wicked name, coming out in 2014. Being the ending theme for the anime Magi Moji Rurumo, also having a role in the series. 3 years later, having another single titled Melody and Flower, main theme for the game Suiho Senkyo. There was also her only digital single titled First Song, despite being her 3rd track. Lastly for her music, Best of album titled Emotional Daybreak. Another solid title, and honestly very fitting as well. Prior to all of this, and before Roselia of course, she debuted into the group Yurikari with fellow rookie at the time, Karen Takahashi, who is the same age as her by the way, same age as me too. The 2 of them only having 1 song, Kimi to Futari, second ending for the Severing Grime Edge, where she did not have a role, not a named one at least, having a 1-episode character there. Also in shows like Days, Yuki Yuna is a Hero, Sound Euphonium, Denki Kai, Kabukibu, and Sakura Trick, but also having a named role in that last one as well. More named characters include being in ZX Ignition, Kaiju Girls, Comical Psychosemantic Medicine, Ace of Diamond, and Angel's 3-piece. With that last one, she also joined the Seiyu unit Baby's Breath with the main cast, singing all the ending theme songs with them. There was also themes for Kaiju Girls and Sakura Trick with the other cast members for those respective shows. And she was in multimedia franchises Onsen Musume and Cinderella 9. She would of course give up those roles upon her retirement, and since she retired so early, she never really got to perform at the big festivals, aside from the times with Roselia. But she did have 1 solo show in the final year of her career. This was in 2018 by the way, and I'm pretty sure the show was titled Emotional Daybreak, which as I said earlier, really good name and very fitting for her. And with that, we have reached the ending. I actually don't have too much to say here. I usually try to give closing thoughts, but I feel the girls for the most part have a fair amount of work outside of Bandori. With the 3 girls that don't have too much going on, if Yodoshi was still around, I'm sure she'd have a very successful singing career and at least 1 really big role. Megu is focused on her DJing passion and gaming with Yuki, so I don't expect too much else from her. And Kanon has always been more singer than Seiyu, just took a while to get that solo career going. And now that it is, it's just gonna go up from here. So that's that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed and learned something new. If so, please do leave a like and maybe share the video around. And for sure join me in the next one about all the solo singing careers of every person in the Love Live franchise. As always, I look forward to seeing you there.